On this episode of The Real Paranormal Detectives, the team investigates one of their favorite haunts, the Enchanted Forest. First, we take you and our witnesses on a daytime tour of this supposedly haunted location. And we enter the ruins of a former mansion to find out if the inhabitants still remain here to this day. We return at night for our investigation, where the team and its witnesses encounter strange feelings and occurrences.
So standing in this spot where these rocks are all put together, it's obviously man-made. These rocks have been put together specifically like this. And this particular spot, I feel very weak, like my legs are about to buckle. It's almost like an energy pulling you down. But as soon as I step off of here, I don't feel the same way, and you kind of experience the same type of thing. So, I can't really explain it. I don't see anything here that would make you feel that way, simply by just walking up here.
We are the Southern California Paranormal Detectives. Our team has been investigating claims of the paranormal for over 10 years. In our time, we've seen some crazy things.
I think I saw something over there.
What did it look like?
It's pulsating too.
It is pulsating. Yeah.
We also have literally thousands of hours of absolutely nothing. Now we've combined the latest science and technology, along with the spiritual.
The one that we see over here, the energy is just off the charts.
We've investigated ghosts, UFOs, cryptozoology, and even conspiracies. We want to finally show and find the truth. Meet our team. Myself, founder and parapsychologist, Jean-Pierre. My best friend and co-founder, Adam. My brother and our medium, Marcello. My wife, our photographer and Native American consultant, Danielle. Our tech manager and skeptic, Eddie. And finally, our head researcher, Roxanne. Together, we are more than a team. We are family. And we are the real paranormal detectives.
Alright, I'm here with the research for the Enchanted Forest, and I couldn't find too much on what the actual land history was before it was more or less purchased and the home was built on it. But from what I could tell, it was purchased, about 1905. It was purchased by Charles H. Cobb, and it started as a summer home, then it turned into a permanent residence for him and his wife. And Cobb himself was a Mason, and he left the house after he died to the Masons. So they used it for a couple of years to do whatever it is the Masons do. In 1939, the Masons sold the house actually just a couple of years after he passed. And at that point, it was used as a retreat home for the Sisters of St. Joseph, which is a nunnery. And then before he actually purchased the home, the forest that's around it was considered haunted. However, Charles himself, his wife, and kids never reported anything paranormal during their stay there. Let's see. In 1956, the Marx Brothers purchased the home. I'm not sure if you know who they are, but they're a trio from back in the early 1900s who are really famous for their comedy acts. There was, Chico, Harpo, Groucho, Gumbo, and Zippo. And they sold the home. Actually, they let the house just go. It was demolished in 1959, so they really didn't have it for very long. They purchased it in 56, and it was demolished in 59. They never upkept it They didn't take care of it. So to this day, all that's left of the actual house itself is a foundation. It looks like a staircase and some walls. Um, the property was put up for auction in 1979. The residents of the town actually wanted it to be turned into a cemetery, but that obviously didn't come into fruition. Thanks to local preservationists and John Muir High School Conservation Club, they raised the money and they purchased the land. And they gave it to the city on the stipulation that nothing's built on it. So that's why the park itself doesn't have any buildings. It isn't modernized. It's just been left as is because that was in the stipulations upon donating it, was that they couldn't build anything.
Yeah.
So reports now of the paranormal, people say that always get really negative feelings when they're there, that they're being watched, they're being touched. Um, Sounds of laughter and screams have been heard coming from the forest, and strange lights can be seen. Um, Based on what people have seen in the forest, looks like there's possible satanic rituals or even KKK meetings that go on there. Um, it seems like the most activity takes place in by the actual main stairs themselves, is where the most orb activity and sounds seem to be coming from. Um, just down the street from that too is the Colorado Bridge, and that's also known as the Suicide Bridge because during the Great Depression, a lot of people committed suicide off this bridge, and it's not directly by the house, but it's close enough to where it might actually be what's causing such negative thoughts and feelings when people go there. Just the spirit. There's no walls that make spirits stay in certain areas. They could travel, where they want to. One of the stories from the bridge was that a woman actually threw her baby off the bridge and then jumped herself. The baby survived by landing in a tree, but the woman died. So that's something kind of interesting. And actually, as recently as 2002, a body was found there that was in a bad case of decomp. To this day, they don't know, though, if it was suicide or homicide. So that's pretty much what I've found from my research on the property, is that there's no real sticker, this is what's causing it, there was this death in the house, or whatever the situation may be that causes the haunting. But there does seem to be background where it could be, a haunted property based on the suicides and just the negative that goes on there. You never know what the Masons might have been doing. If there was satanic things, it doesn't necessarily mean there has to have been deaths. There could be demonic energy there.
Yeah, definitely. One thing to touch on too, there was mining in the local area as well, and people
Okay.
obviously died during sometimes, the mining because, the shafts collapsed, things happen. And then one story I found years ago, which is hard to find, but there's locals that verified it back in the day that one of the nuns was actually raped and killed and hung from a tree over there. And I mean, it's a little hard thing to verify, but there's accounts of that happening. So there's potentially, just the fact that you found that it was a nunnery and that story is floating around, there's potential for it to have some truth behind it. I know when things like that happen, especially at a place like that, sometimes people want to keep that information kind of low key. Hey guys, Dr. Jean-Pierre here again, and we're here for our second episode of The Real Paranormal Detectives. We are at a place we like to call the Enchanted Forest. It is also known as the Cobb Estate or the Haunted Forest. And we've done many investigations here. We're going to do a little daytime tour for you guys to show you this location before we come back at night and do the investigation. So hope you guys enjoy it. We enter the Enchanted Forest and begin our hike with our witnesses to the location of the former mansion. We finally arrive and are greeted by what is left of the former home. Alright guys, so here I am in one of the most infamous spots at this location. It's the foundation of the mansion that used to be here up at the Cobb Estate. All that's left is the foundation and these stairs. The rest is all gone. As you can see behind me, it's just a bunch of burnt out trees and brush. We've brought our equipment out here before and gotten lots of hits on the actual foundation itself, so it's been interesting. Next, we move to a spot where our team has encountered a lot of paranormal activity on recent visits. Alright guys, so we're here on another spot at the Enchanted Forest where we've experienced some activity. We brought our K2 meters out, our equipment, and we just got a lot of hits. We heard a lot of sounds, like somebody was walking around here, and it's just in the general area, so we know it wasn't an animal or anything natural that we could find. One of the biggest theories in the paranormal field is that things like water, which we have a water fountain over here, they produce a lot of energy, and this natural energy can be picked up by these entities or spirits and used to manifest even more. So that could be the potential for why we're getting some activity here. My brother was with us, and he picked up a little boy in a potential portal, so we'll have him talk a little about what he experienced.
Yeah, especially around here. The last time we came in here, I actually got a lot of energy and a lot of communication with a little boy that had shown. I've got a figure of him as well that was very attached to the nature here. So I guess at a young age he must have passed on, or maybe that's what he remembers most. Because I felt like the energy of a little, how little he was, and just so connected to the nature around here. And I also felt that the portal had been here as well. I guess the energy just here just manifested itself very strongly, and I felt the energy from these trees and the nature itself that really showed that kind of, I guess, that many spirits may be able to pass through here and come in this area as well. So that's what I had felt throughout this area.
Now we begin our descent to our final location at the Enchanted Forest. A place where we encountered something we could not explain. You will hear what the team thinks they encountered on that unforgettable night.
So back in November of 2005, we had a public investigation at the Enchanted Forest, one of many that we've had there. And on this particular night, we happened to come upon this little grove, which underneath there was two, what looked like, I don't know, small graves. Basically there were two piles of stones, and then at the front of them they look like crosses. Basically they look like two small grave sites. Anyways, so we were kind of looking around the area, and I happened to touch one of the crosses, and instantly it was just like someone turned on a heater, and the temperature rose up, and all of us knowing pretty well that temperature changes like that, especially heat, can possibly mean a demonic spirit. We all kind of backed out of there, and as we did, I happened to turn around, and one of the bushes, I saw what appeared to be two red dots. They looked like eyes to me. Two red eyes is what it looked like. They were faint. They weren't like, strong red dots. They were fairly faint looking red eyes, kind of like a glare almost. And I turned. I'm not gonna lie. I started kind of running up the hills, or running up the hill that we came down on, and everyone else started following me. And John Pierre said he witnessed what looked like, I don't know, some kind of demonic being, I guess. We stopped about halfway up the hill, kind of collected ourselves, talked about what I saw, what he saw, and we decided to go back down there and check out the area. But that was by far the craziest thing that, well, at least I've experienced at the Enchanted Forest.
A bunch of stuff started happening. We started seeing red eyes throughout the trees and on the side of the hill. And my brother, who's the medium, was like, we need to back up. There's something really bad here. I was like, okay, so we ended up backing up, and one of the trees back here started shaking and the roots started even to come out of the ground. Everybody started running. My co-founder fell down. I broke through the crowd to check on him, picked him up, made sure he was okay, and the tree stopped shaking. All of a sudden I see this probably about 9-10 foot tall creature almost type of thing, but it was transparent, kind of green and glowing, and it charged out of the trees. The tree stopped shaking, and it just kind of went around us. So we kind of caught up to everybody else, make sure everyone was okay, and we ended up coming back down. I had to convince everybody. They were all scared, but I'm in this to try and see what's going on. We have some footage of growling and like twig snapping in this area late at night, so it was something very interesting that we couldn't explain.
All right, so from what I experienced here at the Enchanted Forest, which this place, this certain spot right here, I picked up a lot, as John Pierre had brought up. And for me personally, when we came here, we had a pretty good amount of people because it was more open investigation. And when we came in this area particularly, at first it wasn't too much energy, but as soon as, I guess, whatever little symbol was there that was put together, one of our guests went there and touched it, all of a sudden I felt and saw the eyes all around me, and I felt this huge energy that was just very strong and very much like pushing against me personally, and I felt it like just getting stronger and stronger, just this warm energy that didn't feel like natural to the area especially. So I told everybody, you know, we have to step away from this because I feel very strong energy that is just taking over the area. So from that experience alone, I felt like this particular spot was very much, you know, had a definite something here, and I saw the same figure that my brother had brought up, a little less clearly as he did, but I did see it, and it was more as the shape as he brought up, and the color. I saw that, and I saw the energy just run, and I felt that that lift when it left too. So I felt like something had come and gone. So that's my story from there.
Hi, my name's Jasmine. I'm going to be investigating with the group tonight. I'm really interested in the paranormal just to kind of see if it's real or not. I've seen a lot of stuff on TV. A lot of it doesn't seem real, so hopefully tonight I'll get a little insight on what they actually do and what they find. I've been to the Enchanted Forest a couple of times with my friends, late night adventures. We've never really seen anything, so hopefully tonight I'll be able to see some stuff or see some apparitions, anything that could just kind of tell me that it's actually real. So yeah, it should be fun.
Hi, I'm Duke Piazza. I'm going to be hanging out with the group tonight, exploring around, just seeing what I see. I definitely think that there's some paranormal activity out here. There's just too many cases to disprove them all, you know. So I'm excited to see what I'm going to see. I've seen some stuff as a kid, but now I think I'm ready for the real stuff.
Hey guys, it's Ed. With SCPD, we're over at the Enchanted Forest and meeting up with the guys. Got here after them, so I'm on my way over there to meet them. See what exciting stuff we get. Right.
Oh, it's just dogs. Let's go.
Well, animals react to paranormal. We've gotten to cases where like all the dogs in the neighborhood start howling, and like, that's kind of weird. Hold on. Saw something move between the trees and up there. Probably won't get anything this time. I think with yeah, let's go ahead and start.
Go ahead and start. I think it already started. So we're heading up to the Cobb State Foundation. It's also adjacent to the famous Enchanted Forest. As you can tell, as soon as the group got together, we heard howling from the dogs, the neighboring dogs. Usually that means something might happen. I hope.
I was gonna say, right away, just walking up this path, I felt an animal spirit up in this area, actually. So as I was walking, I felt a spirit of possibly a wolf or some kind of animal that just was watching us and kind of following us up here. So that's something that I felt just now. So just wanted to bring that up.
Feels like it's still here. Energy. That's what I've gotten, like, just stepping in here right now.
So if there is anything here at all, I have my meter. If you come near my meter, it'll light up and let us know that you're here. Are you someone who lived here before?
Sorry.
If you are, could you give us some sort of sign? Make a sound? Make our meter light up, you can say something and we'll capture it. Or you can show yourself.
I'm getting readings over here.
Are you
Yeah.
K2?
Yep.
This way, right?
And I was feeling that there's a definite energy that's...
This is
very
just going
connected
off
here.
when I asked.
Uh-huh.
If that was you, could you make the meter light up again? We would really appreciate it. So, did you used to live on this property, in this property? When there was a home here? You made that meter light up pretty good. If you can make it light up again, that'd be great. Is it okay that we're standing here on your property? Is it not okay that we're standing here on your property?
Sorry.
Is anybody here at all? Could you make our meters light up again? Give us a sign. Anybody else want to step up here? Witnesses? You want to get close in?
I was also feeling with it that it doesn't, I don't feel that it's feeling bothered or threatened by us here, so, but I do feel a very deep connection with the place. I think it's more bothered by, it being gone, the house and everything.
So once again, if there's any one or multiple spirits here, could you give us some sort of sign by lighting our meters up, coming near us to let us know that you're here? Could you make a sound? Could you say something? We know it takes a lot of energy. See if you can use some of my energy. I'll send it to you. Lit up a little bit. If that was you, could you please light up again? Here, use some of my energy again. See if that works.
Can you use any way to make my meter light up again? I'm gonna keep asking questions. Is there one spirit here? There is, because you made my meter light up. Are there multiple spirits? Did you live here? Did you live in the mansion that once stood here?
Even though you're not getting readings, I was feeling that the answer was definitely more than one around here, and it may be like the energy's moving around too, so it's kind of, it feels like a lot of it is moving from place to place.
Well, I thank you for lighting up my meter earlier. Again, we're not here to harm you in any way. Hopefully, did you see that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I think that probably was an animal. That's what I felt too. Yeah.
That way. Is it time for us to leave? If it is, can you light up our meter?
What were you saying, man?
Oh. I was just asking them.
Is that because of the dogs? Alright, let's head up to the other spot.
Were you the one that howled?
No. What do you mean?
There was a howl coming from that side, and
I only heard the dogs over there.
I did hear the howl though that you heard.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
there's a loud howl, and as soon as that howl did, meter went just crazy.
Nice. Did you get it on camera?
That one I did.
Perfect. So, well,
I think I did. I hope I did.
There was a what? Before we came here? What happened?
no, right now there was a howl on that side before the dogs started howling, and the K2 went off like crazy.
Oh, wow.
And he caught it on
felt
camera,
that.
so
Yeah.
that's good.
So what now?
Did you stop the recording, Marshall?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead and walk up this way and go up to the trees where the water's at, the water fountain's at. And you were recording the whole time the howling was going on too, right?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Awesome.
So, just a moment ago, we had a loud howl, and after that, we had the neighborhood dogs starting to howl. Really weird howling. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I'm going to continue on. So, that is the city, Pasadena, Altadena.
So earlier We heard some dogs howling just in the regular neighborhood, but a couple of people heard the howl up here first. Animals are said to be hypersensitive to the paranormal, so who knows if they're responding to something that we're feeling up here too. Eddie, our tech, they actually got hits on his K2 meter when that was going on, so it's definitely something interesting, and this is a hot spot from before. We're hoping we can maybe experience some of the things we experienced before on this spot. There's water running through here, and once again that says to be a conductor for energy and activity, so hopefully we can maybe get something while we're here doing a little session with our K2s and other equipment.
Hey, if there is anybody here, I know there's a lot of energy around here. I've been feeling it each time I come, so if your little boy from before is here, could you give us a sign of your presence? Just make a noise, or possibly light up the K2 meter if you can. There's a green light on the rock. I'm gonna step away. If there is anyone here, also feels like maybe the boy isn't here at the moment. So I'm wondering if there is anything else here or anyone else here.
I do feel that there is energy here, but at the same time, feels like maybe the boy isn't here at the moment. So I'm wondering if there is anything else here or anyone else here could give us a sign of your presence in some way.
Maybe if I get the water running, I'll be able to get some energy from that motion. Maybe use that transfer of energy of the water falling in. Use that energy to give us some sort of sign that you're here, or that anything's here.
What? Yep.
I had better shoes, but they're not.
Hey.
Huh? What did you say? Yeah. I did. I just need to get some experience stuff before as well, so put you down and get you done. Oh, where is he? Ah, sorry. You may put it in the Bible.
Yeah, I'll have to try it again.
Sorry.
Try it again, put the recorder next to it, and see if that caused it to light up. Do what you did, kind of slide the K2 off while you're holding the...
Didn't do it.
Yeah, that was weird. You don't have a wristwatch on, do you?
No, I don't have anything like that.
Alright, let me put that. It's because of this. It's causing friction, I think. That's... I don't know. Yeah. It's because of the type of minerals the rock has. When it moves, it causes the energy to act up.
Right now. Living like an animal.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about that.
So it's just the rock causing friction when it's scraped against it. It's the type of minerals the rock has. It's literally friction between the two objects. Is it okay if I stand in this circle here? That somebody made? Is there anything here with us that would like to communicate? If so, you have your channel and your avenue. You make our meter light up, say something, make a sound. Have people done rituals out here?
We have experienced other things out here before, and I was wondering if there is anything left over from here. The last time we came here where we had a big experience, we had something like a werewolf or something as such, and I was wondering if there was anything from that or any kind of other spirit that is here or is here.
If that's you causing the dogs to howl, can you make our meter light up? Is it bothering you that we're here? If there's anything, give us a sign.
Maybe the dog's howling is the sound?
Could be.
If it is, could you stop the dog from howling right now?
I turned off my phone already.
Is there anything underneath this rock circle right here that I'm standing on? Is something buried here?
That's something there.
What?
I got like a feeling of there's a few things buried around this whole place. More than a few actually. I should say. It's that old history of one place, you know. Anything like that.
If there was anything at all, could you please give us some sort of sign? Use my energy to make the meter light up. No, it takes a lot. If there's something here or underneath here or around us, you can give us a sign. You can make the dog howl again right now.
We're here to help you and possibly give you some kind of light to communicate, since we have felt you at times before and we've experienced other things before. If you need to get help to cross over, or is there some other thing you would like to be helped with? We're here to help you.
Neutral if you want. Stand on there, see if you feel anything. Where I was standing, just walk circle.
Like right here?
Yeah.
feel like
I was getting very weak.
yeah.
Like in the knees when I was standing on there. I don't feel the same way out here.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was vibrating.
Yeah. That's what I was feeling too.
It's also getting colder.
Yeah. There's some, I feel like a spirit here. Definite strong spirit. And it's very different from what I felt, obviously the first time we came here, or that one time where it was warm energy. It feels like there's something here that was put here without respect in one sense, and also different kind of connection that wasn't supposed to be here in a way. I think maybe that what could have happened here for a time that was happening, or you had the witchcraft and other things happening, that it kind of accumulated over more than one place, and this is one of them, I guess.
Alright, so standing in this spot where these rocks are all put together, it's obviously man-made. These rocks have been put together specifically like this. And in this particular spot, I feel very weak, like my legs are about to buckle. It's almost like an energy pulling you down. But as soon as I step off over here, I don't feel the same way, and you kind of experience the same type of thing. So, I can't really explain it. I don't see anything here that would make you feel that way simply by just walking up here. This almost feels like the ground is thicker, like a heavier feeling. Almost like, I feel like as soon as I stand on this spot, I sway a little bit, almost lose my balance. And then I feel very, very weak in the legs. So, who knows? I mean, people have done rituals and stuff out here. There's potential for, that to be part of why maybe that feeling is here. If a lot of energy was used, if people did stuff out here, because we did experience other strange things on other visits. But we don't seem to be getting any other type of readings or experiences tonight. That's about it.
Hey guys, so we're wrapping up our investigation tonight. It was kind of a quiet night for the most part. The strangest thing I had happen was we were further down in the canyon, in that kind of cove of trees, as I like to call it. There's a rock circle that definitely was a man-made formation, and I felt very weak when I was in that spot, and we had a few other people kind of test that out, and it kind of felt similar to what I felt. So it was kind of interesting. We couldn't find a natural explanation for it. We weren't getting any readings or any hits, but it was strange the way I felt when I was on that particular spot. I felt very weak. I almost felt like my legs were going to buckle. So, that's pretty much it for the most part. We got a couple of K2 hits when Eddie was in the foundation of the house, or where the house used to be. And that was about it for the night, so it's pretty simple. We're going to try and come back again and see what we can get. So,
overall, I did get a lot of energies. I guess on the end of the science and the aspect of what I could tell you with that, I don't know exactly. We caught a few things at the K2, but overall, I think tonight, I felt that there was energies that came here, and there were energies that had less here too. So it was certain areas I would pick up things, and I would, as I said, I felt the little boy, but then I felt some animal spirits as well in certain areas that we had gone through, the same areas that we had come here to visit today in the day, and down where the rock formations were, I felt that same energy my brother had said he'd felt, and I felt that there was something there too as well, and that may be based on
certain spirit that may have passed on there or that may have been there. So overall, I think my experience tonight had been more based on what I picked up more spiritually on that side of it and the energies and feelings I had gotten. So overall, it could be something here, it could not be. So, but we'll see. Guess we have to go over the evidence to see what happens.
Yeah, tonight I didn't see too much. When we were by the drinking fountain, I just got like a little something come over my left eye. I couldn't really explain that. My right eye was still open. I looked back real quick and I just saw the tree. I didn't really know what to expect or what to see, but I didn't see much.
I didn't see a lot tonight. I just kind of watched and just kind of saw how Jean-Pierre did things when it came to the paranormal. I did see a little bit of like the readings go off, not too much. The dogs howling was definitely really creepy because they would howl when we were in certain parts and then they would just go quiet and then they would howl and then go quiet. So that was kind of creepy. The rock formation, I was for the most part in the same spot and my legs kept getting warm and then they would get really cold and then really warm and then really cold. So I don't know if it was just the weather or if there was actually something weird going on there. I'm definitely going to come back again when the group comes next time. Maybe we could get a little bit more then.
Hey, I'm Sam. I was filming tonight. It's really cold out, but there were a few spots where I actually felt a little bit of heat toward me, like by the water fountain. And I also remember having a slight sensitivity to the rock formation area where Jean-Pierre was standing earlier.
So guys, we're wrapping up our investigation. They're doing their last thoughts over by the gate, and I guess it was pretty quiet out here tonight. Not a lot of activity. I was, and I better do this quick before my battery runs out, but I did get some hits in the foundation of the copper estate. Not much elsewhere, but that's probably just because maybe weather-wise or something. But we'll see what other stuff we get. Maybe we got some on audio and maybe on our video. So we'll see you later.
Alright guys, so after every investigation that may involve more ghostly activity, we always try and kind of appease the spirits when we leave and have a little ritual we do. Just kind of stand and show respect if there is anything around. So we'll show you guys, basically do it, show you guys what we do. If there is anything here, we thank you for having us. We hope we didn't disturb you in any way, and we appreciate that you allowed us to be on this land and in this place. We love nature, and if you communicated with us at all, we appreciate it so much. So thank you. Please rest in peace, and have a good evening. We'll see you again soon. That's about it.
So Okay, everybody, get him.
Right. It's a little too late.
That's all your plan was? Get her? Good job, Ray. Get her, Ray.